Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am not driving for the first time. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm still on my lunch, so I was like, let me just take the last few minutes that I have left and just chit chat for a bit, because I have a bone to pick with Walmart. Okay. And just with any job that has to do with dealing with customers, you know, where customer service is a thing, or being courteous, respectful, smiling, and being helpful is a thing. Okay. And I know everybody goes through their own situations. You know, we all go through our trials and tribulations, right? I've been there every so often. I feel, as a matter of fact, when was it? I was off for 3 days. The fourth day, I actually had to work. So when I came in here, I was fine. I was fine. I was driving to work. But the minute I parked up, I got this anger that built up inside of me, and I'm just like, why am I angry? Like, what just happened? I didn't communicate with anybody. I had just parked. So it's just like, what? So I'm walking into work and I'm praying. I'm, asking God, please give me patience and please allow this feeling to disappear, because it was just an uncomfortable, uneasy feeling. And I was just praying the whole time until I got all the way to my department. And so as I got there, the first customer came, I got even more aggravated. It's just like, oh my goodness, like, this is my job. My job consists of dealing with customers. My job consists of greeting customers, making them feel welcome. And so I'm there convincing myself, like, relax, asking God to please give me patience to allow this uneasy feeling to disappear. And I'm saying all this as I'm walking to the vehicle to greet the customer. When I finally get to the car, I'm like, good morning, how are you? Even if you're not feeling good, you have to try to make the customers feel welcome, because it's not their fault that you're going through something. And this is something many people have to take into consideration, especially, like how I said, if you deal with customers. Customer service, it is a thing. It does make a difference. It makes a big difference. And so when I walk into Walmart, people, greeters, whatever you want to call them, they're at the front door. They're supposed to be greeting you. They're supposed to make you feel welcome. They're supposed to greet you with a smile. And they're there standing with the only look like they don't want to be there. They look so annoyed. They look like they're just mad at the world. And trust me, I know what that's like. But I didn't work with customers back then. I was dealing with customers over the phone, so it's totally different. They can't see your face expressions. Over here, you're actually dealing face to face with the customers, so you have to learn how to, calm that face, be happy, even though, like how I said, something's bothering you. We have to try our best to treat others with respect, because it's not their fault that we're going through anything. It's like going to DMV, motor vehicles, right? You go and the clerk, they're probably happy or whatever, but the person before you decides to give them a hard time, so now they piss the clerk off. And because they pissed the clerk off and you go talk to the clerk feels the need to give you an attitude like you did something to them. And that's totally wrong. You have to learn how to control your emotions. We could do that. That is the beauty of being a human being. We can control our emotions. We can actually take a deep breath, ask God for strength and patience, and for us not to bark or scream or yell or downgrade somebody else because we're in our feelings. It's not their fault. So Walmart, y'all got to do better by placing these people at the door, being greeters. And again, anybody that works with customers, try your best to be welcoming. You know, a simple smile can change their day as well. You don't know what anybody is going through. And again, we're all going through our own situations. There are times I come in here, it happened like twice, where I'm just like I don't want to be here. But I have to be here for the meantime, right? I have to be here. I have to do what I have to do what I have to do to get to where I want to get to. And it requires for me to be here. And so that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be until I'm able to get to my destination. And so, guys, I just want to remind you guys to please try hard to check yourself. You know, don't allow whatever it is that got you pissed off or annoyed to mess up your mood. Because if you mess up your mood, you can easily mess up somebody else's mood, and that's going to trickle down, and it's going to continue going like that. And so try to be the best person that you can be. You know, trust me, I know it's hard. And for those that know me, you know, I received the best compliment. And all I said was, Alhamdulillah, like, Allah Akbar. I had a customer come in, and he says, he's an older man, and he said to me, every single time I come here, you're always smiling. You always have a smile in your face. And in my head, I said, wow, if he would have known me a few years ago, he would have been saying something totally different, because I never smiled. I had the only hurt face, the only face where you knew something was wrong, and that's it. Like, you just knew something was up with me, but I wasn't willing to open up to anybody. I was hurting inside, and I was the type of person that you see it in my face. There is no hiding, there is no faking. I was just pissed, and you would see it. And so now, for somebody to say that, like, it really touched my heart, and it made me feel like, it made me feel good. It made me feel like I have accomplished something. Because even if I don't get anywhere, that comment really touched my heart. Sorry guys, I am off from work actually, so I want to continue the video. My phone overheated. I guess the sun was hitting directly at my phone, and I didn't notice it, so it overheated and it stopped recording. But back to what I was saying, like, that compliment of the older man, and just telling me that he always sees me smiling, he always sees me happy, and like every single time I come by, like, that really touched my heart. Because as I mentioned, I was one that I never smiled. I was never, like, it was hard for me to smile, because I felt back then that I had no reason to smile. I was so hurt, I was so broken, lonely, damaged, I was so numb that in my head I had no reason to smile. And so, like how I said, I'm not one to fake it. Like, if something's wrong with me, you're gonna tell something's wrong with me. And so people would notice something was wrong with me, but nobody would really question me. And only one person questioned me. That was in like high school, a teacher. Only because, may God forgive me, but I was, keep getting alerts. Yeah, I was a little meanie back then. May God forgive me for that. But yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels good to be acknowledged, you know, to have people actually notice. And it's not like they know me, like this, like, man knows me. He doesn't know me, but he sees me at work, and that just meant so much to me. Like, that really did. And guess what? As I get back to work from lunch, hold on, let me make this turn, and then I'll get to that story. Okay, so when I get back from lunch, right, I have a few people waiting for me, a few customers waiting for me. So I'm like, okay, trying to settle in, you know, so I can go back to work mode, because as I'm in my vehicle, I'm either studying, reading, or making videos. Today was the first time I actually made a video where I was talking before I went back to work. But aside from that, I try to keep myself busy. So I have to try to go back to work mode, right? So as I'm working, as I'm logging in, everything, trying to settle in, I go to my first customer, I take care of her, then I go to my second customer. And my second customer, I can see already, she's already annoyed. She's annoyed. And so here I am, I go and I'm like, hello, you know, greeting the customer with a smile. I just came back from lunch too, so I'm greeting her with a smile. She doesn't budge. She's just with a serious face, and I'm just like, all right. I just finished talking about treating your customers, you know, with a smile and everything, right? Like, being welcoming. And so I get this customer, and she's just like giving me this look, and I guess she was waiting for a while. And oh my goodness, my phone is going off. What's going on? I don't know if you guys hear it on your end, but yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the customer has this look, and I'm just, what is wrong with this phone? You testing me, Satan? You testing me? Anyhow, look. She has this face, and so I'm smiling. I'm just like, you know, being welcoming, greeting her and everything, asking her for information. She gives me her phone number, and then she's like, I'm already there, you know, just being unpleasant. And so I just continue to write her up or whatever, and I guess she notices that she's being rude. So towards the end, as I finish writing her up and everything, she says to me, I'm sorry for, you know, giving you an attitude. She says, I'm sorry for giving you an attitude. I didn't mean to. I actually don't want to give you an attitude. She's like, I actually don't want to be in this mood. And I said, it's okay. I was like, no worries. And that's it. I left it like that. I didn't say anything else. And after that, like, she just, like, her entire demeanor just changed. It went into her, you know, saying like little jokes and stuff, like, how long is it gonna take, like stuff like that, you know. Like, she opened up a little bit, and you know, I respect people who know that they're wrong and they are not prideful enough to apologize. Like, she took the time to notice that she was wrong, and she's wanted to apologize. I respect those people. She had my respect, because at the end of the day, she knew she was wrong. She knew she wasn't getting anywhere with giving me an attitude, and she knows I wasn't budging. She saw that I wasn't trying to match her energy. No, I kept my positive energy, and I'm actually grateful that my energy went to her, and she was able to brush whatever energy she had and meet me with my energy. Like, it was so, it meant a lot. It was just so you can see the power that we have as human beings. Just don't match people's energy when it's negative, because you're not going to get anywhere. Things are going to escalate, and it's it's just gonna make matters worse. And to avoid situations like that, just, you know, be pleasant, be happy, or if you can't control yourself and you think you're gonna explode, just walk away. Walk away, take a deep breath, and ask somebody else if they can take care of that person if you can't deal with it. It does take time to actually work on yourself and try to ignore that characteristic. It's not easy. It's not easy sometimes when somebody's talking down to you and everything, but I'm okay with that. I guess I kind of became numb to it. I was talked down to like most of my life, and you tend to become numb to it. But my main thing, I was always one to say, people can say whatever they want. Most of these people don't even know me. That's one. And two, people who always have something negative to say are going through their own dilemmas. So it's like whatever. Like, I know what I'm about. I know what I got to offer. I know what I do. So whatever anybody says does not faze me. That's the issue. You guys are allowing these people to faze you with their words, even if the things are a lie. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You know yourself, the type of person that you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you are about, and that's all that matters. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Just keep in mind that those that don't like you will tag up with each other. They will tag up with each other and talk about you, even if they don't like each other. That's the funny part. They won't like each other, but they'll become bestest of friends just to attack you. So that should say a lot about you. Okay? So, with that being said, make sure you always smile. Smile, okay? Smile. It does make a difference in your life. It's coming from me. So, guys, I love you all for the sake of Allah. Let's continue to work on ourselves to become a better person. To lead by example. We have people probably looking up to us, young kids looking up to us. We don't know. We want to be safe. We want to be good role models, right? So I believe in you guys. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. You guys can disregard all these people that have negative stuff to say. Just keep in mind, people can say whatever they want. Let them say whatever they want, as long as they don't put their hands on you. Now, if they put their hands on you, that's a whole different ball game. I'm all with personal space. Like, leave my personal space alone. You can say whatever you want, but don't touch me. That's all. Then, I am allowed to defend myself. And I won't be wrong by defending myself, because everybody should be entitled to defend themselves. So again, guys, I love you all for the sake of Allah. Peace and blessings. Enjoy this beautiful Tuesday evening. May you all get to your destination safe and sound. I love you all. Adios.